This is Record Royale, where we throw two albums into the ring with one another and see which one comes out on top.
Yo.
Hey.
Howdy, partners.
What's up?
How are we all doing? How are my boys doing?
Oh shit.
Good.
We're good.
Oh,
made
there
it.
goes Brad.
Very good.
We are joined this week by Newcastle's own, you wouldn't believe it, Darcy and Damo from Lamphead. Boys, how we doing?
Hey,
Good,
so
boys.
good. How are you
How
guys?
is it going?
Oh, bloody swell. Thanks for doing
Never
the
better.
little podcasts with
No
us.
worries.
Episode 58, here we are. Another big emo week. Before we get into the
Yeah,
albums, though, we
Yeah,
have some
good.
podcast news. We've mentioned the totes. I'm picking them up tonight. Actually, I'm not picking them up. Chris Hendry, legend, big time listener, big time fan, great bloke. He's actually dropping them off tonight. So I'll have them in my hands when we
What a
finish recording.
legend.
I'll send some photos through. Should be dope. So if you want to get one, by the time this episode comes out, probably already posted about it. Shoot us a message. Should be cool. Have a little tote bag.
Yeah,
Take it to the coffee shop. Yeah,
Maybe.
go to the
Mhm.
record,
Bit of shopping.
record store. Take it to uni. I don't know.
Whatever.
Do what the fuck you want with it.
Where's the
The
hat?
other thing we've got to bring
Okay.
up is we get notifications for like the podcast, I don't know, stats, I suppose, or like the charts, like how we're charting. I guess it's kind of similar to like a Billboard chart, but it's not at all. So a couple
Billboard-
months ago,
Billboard chart for nerds.
a couple of months ago, we were killing it in New Zealand, but now we're killing it in Turkmenistan. Now,
Yeah.
you're probably thinking, what and where is that country? That's exactly what we thought when we saw we were number one in music podcasts last week. Who knew they were such avid listeners? So we've decided to kick off this episode with 3 facts about your new favourite country, Turkmenistan. Adam, what's your Turkmenistan fact?
Okay, so in Turkmenistan, they have a dog called the Alibi shepherd dog. And they actually have a national holiday dedicated to the dog and a giant gold statue. And it's enormous. It's like the size of a building in the middle of a city because their ruler, I don't know what he's called. Damo, you said you watched a little doco on him. Is he a bad man?
I don't think he's particularly virtuous from what I saw in the documentary.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a big fan of dogs though, so he's
Right.
he's in
He
love
also
with
could
them.
be a big fan of this podcast. You never know.
Could be. And now I've just pissed him off.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Oh well.
Forgive us.
Bradley, what's your Turkmenistan fact?
So they have a stat in the Guinness Book of World Records for their capital, Ashgabat. Has the highest density of marble buildings in the world.
Wow.
So it's not a very high tourist attraction. That's it. It sounds really good. Marble buildings everywhere. That sounds great.
Dogs,
dog in the
marble?
middle?
What
Yeah,
else do you want?
I'm looking at a few photos. It looks really beautiful. It is desert.
Maybe Christmas trip. Instead of the
Oh.
pub, we go to Turkmenistan.
All of these things might be in like 1 kilometer radius, and then it's just
You're right.
completely destroyed. Besides that,
Well, it could be because my fact is it is 70% desert. But 30 million years ago, apparently, it used to be home to a giant sea.
right?
That's all the facts said. A giant sea. So, who knows?
Wow.
So that's our episode 58 special, Turkmenistan.
Shout out,
Uh,
guys.
Shout out to all listeners over there.
Thanks for listening
Darcy,
in.
Damo, how was the show the other night at the Camber? Looked like another packed little affair.
Yeah, it was good. The reception to the shows has been really good so far. Like, we've had good turnouts to all of them. People have been singing along.
All 2 of them.
Also, yeah, all two of them. It's been a big tour. No, it's been really good.
Just
so
winding
Camber.
down.
I feel
Yeah.
like we were all definitely less nervous coming up to the one on last Sunday. So
Mm.
it's good to sort of like
That's good.
not have to stress as much about playing
Loosen
shows
up.
and just
Get a
loosen
bit
up,
drunk.
have a bit of fun,
I
have a
feel-
few beers.
Do you have
Yeah.
many more show plans coming up?
Yeah, we're playing a house show this weekend, which should be heaps of fun in
Sick.
Bullaroo of all places.
Bullroo.
Bullaroo.
Yeah, I
Wow.
know. Random, I say.
At
then
the
we're playing-
Bunnings?
Is that a Joe Guy special?
Yeah, Joey teed it up. He's friends
Yeah.
with the guy.
It was
Lame
his
Crow
networking. Yeah.
Then
Borrigal.
we're playing with
No,
Jacob in July, who have also been on this pod actually. Played with them at the last July 10th, and then we've got another big, like, it's like 10 band lineup or something, July 24th from a distance.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah, so it'll be like a, I don't know, 10 band lineup, like
Sick.
I don't know, however many
Sick.
hours
That sounds
it is.
good.
Yeah, it should
Mini
be fun.
fest.
I've already taken the dates off for the Jacob show.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
mad.
So I'll be there having 1 million beers, I
Yeah,
think.
that's it.
Ah, fuck yeah.
I'm so
Apparently.
devastated I can't go. I'm in Brisbane that weekend. My
no.
sister's
Idiot.
wedding.
I reckon it'll be heaps
Yeah.
fun, that Jacob show.
Oh, it'd be
Heaps
so
keen
good
for it.
playing with the Jacob boys. Oh yeah, I saw the video. Well, I haven't actually seen the video, but you've posted about the 360 like angle video that you guys filmed.
Yeah.
What's the go with that? When can we see that? It looks so sick.
I don't think we have an exact release date yet. It's still, I think it's pretty much mixed, and I just like, is he just?
Yeah, we
Put in the
we
video
only
together.
got the finished product back like 3 or 4 days ago actually. But
Right.
I mean, we'll probably put it out pretty soon, like a couple of weeks or so.
Is it one of those videos where you like the person watching gets to choose where they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you remember,
Oh.
like from years ago, Foles had a music video for "Mountain at My Gates." If you remember
Yeah.
that song. Yeah, and they had like the thing where if you're watching it on like your phone, you can drag around and see in like
Cool.
any
Yeah.
direction. It's that sort of thing.
It's like
That's so sick.
it's like a basically like an audio tree where we play the EP from front to back, and there's like we're all standing in a circle, and there's a 360 camera in the middle, so you can like pan around the circle.
See what's going
Yeah.
on.
That
Mad.
sounds awesome.
Yeah.
That's
We
gonna be
filmed
so
it
good.
at filmed it at Saints Gin Bar. I think you guys have
Oh,
all
yeah.
been there. But yeah, heaps sick location to film in.
Yeah,
That's
it's cool
awesome.
in
I
there.
heard I heard you had an unexpected visitor during your filming.
Oh yeah. There's I think we've got a blooper of it somewhere. Yeah, there was like first run through of the set. This like we got like halfway through and we were like playing pretty good. We were like, oh fuck yeah, first take. Like this might be alright. This might be the one. Who knows? And then like I'm like we're playing like Day Trip, like the third song, and I just like I'm playing because that's like the hardest song to play. So I'm like focusing heaps in that song. Then I like
Yeah.
notice that there's a guy like standing in the circle. I thought it was Josh who was filming, and I noticed he'd just been like standing there for a bit too long.
Yeah.
So I looked up.
He was like trying to
This
talk to
like,
Joey.
This old dude who's like,
Yeah.
and then it's like,
Well,
and then we like, it was like trying to like pat Joey on the shoulder and be like, "Come on, mate."
He's like
And
yelling
Joey-
in his ear, and he's like, I'll have the cops here in 5 minutes.
right.
We've got a
Oh, shit.
we've got a really
Wait,
good.
So he just
Ruin
walked
the
in.
vibe.
Just because
Party's
he's
great.
being loud?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just because of the noise. I think there's a.
What
I-
did, so you ended up doing it anyway, though, didn't you?
Yeah.
Obviously.
Well, we didn't use that take.
Did he say
Got
anything
the-
further? You just told him to fuck off.
Well, pretty much. But he ended up
Pretty
calling the cops, and then I don't think they took it that seriously. They just gave us like a courtesy call, and we were like,
Right.
"Oh yeah, we'll be done pretty soon."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's as far
Was
as it
it-
went.
Was it reasonably late or?
No, it was in the middle of the day
It's like 1 p.m.
Oh, true.
in the CBD of Newcastle.
Oh, alrighty. Yeah, piss him
Bullshit.
off. God.
Pretty
How's it go on
funny.
the weekends? Jesus Christ.
It was a
Nice
weekend.
town. Straight to Bullaroo.
Yeah.
The two bands who are doing Mum Janes and Tiny Moving Parts, can hear them all through the sound. Were they like actively big influences for the EP?
Yeah, 100%, definitely.
Yeah, for me, definitely. I kind of discovered both bands around the same time, and I guess it was probably around the same time that I started thinking about writing this kind of music and kind of pulling together those sorts of ideas for a band.
Yeah, sick.
Mm.
Are these two, I was going to ask this later, but I'll ask it now. Who is like your, this is for everyone, like your gateway band into this emo revival genre? Like for me, it was Modern Baseball in like 2014. But were these two bands like early on for anyone else?
Yeah, for
I,
me, definitely.
I reckon Tiny Moving Parts is probably my gateway emo band, because I was like heaps into like prog metal and like Periphery and Meshuggah and stuff, and then
Gent.
like got into like Chon through that, and I was like, oh, it's Tiny Moving Parts band, kind of sounds like Chon riffs, but like
Mm.
it's like pop songs. That's sort of like Then from there, I like got into like other emo bands. So yeah, I would say actually, yeah, Tiny Moving Parts is my gateway.
That's
emo
cool.
Band. Or
I was a modern baseball guy.
Yeah, I think
Big
modern
time.
baseball. It was modern baseball for me as well. But like with these two bands is when I really just started like, kind of took over my whole rotation of bands that I listened to.
Are you both Origami Angel fans?
Yeah, dude, I fucking love the new album.
Oh,
Army
yeah,
Gang.
us too.
I'm fucking obsessed
I
with
haven't
that
heard
band. They're so good. That like I think I probably still like Somewhere City more than the new one. But
Yeah.
what's the first track on the new album called? It's like the
What,
heaviest.
the Gami...
Oh no!
Is that
like
one?
the
Is it
actual like
is
first
it
track?
self-destruct?
I don't know what it's called.
Is it
but-
self-destruct?
That's the yeah, self-destruct. That's the
Yeah.
fattest song I've ever heard in my
It's
life.
so
Like the
sad.
chorus.
But then
Like-
really beautiful as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
Anyway,
man.
they're great.
Anyway, we should
Get them on
we
the pod.
should get them on the pod and cover both their albums. All right, let's smash through little facts of these bands. I got nothing for either of them. Mum Jeans formed in Berkeley, California in 2014. Eric at the time of this album, I believe Eric Butler, guitarist, vocalist, Gabriel Paganin, bassist, and Austin Carango, fuck's sake, drums.
You got none from 3, I reckon.
Drums. Eric Butler. Surely I didn't butcher that. Eric Butler.
Yeah, okay, that was
Nicolaj. Debut studio album released on the 3rd of July 2016 by Counterintuitive Records. They put out stuff by Origami Angel, Oso Oso, and
Oso.
Prince Daddy and the Hyena.
Nice.
Engineered by Ryan Ellery. He worked on The Story So Far's self-titled and also Graduating Life. Graduating Life, I think one of their members
Yeah.
Yeah,
is
the
in...
guitarist.
Bart,
Mum
the
Jeans?
other guitarist, Bart. It's his
Yeah, Bart.
band.
Yeah. But am I right? He joined after this album?
Yeah, I think he like a live guitarist and then he just joined fully by the album after this. Is
Yeah, I think so.
that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. See, that's all I got. I have no idea what the singles were. I can assume it was like Death Cup, Edward 40 Hands, maybe Scott Pilgrim
Yeah.
versus my GPA. But honestly, not sure. Definitely didn't chart. Tiny Moving Parts from Benson in Minnesota. Benson. 2008 they formed in. Dylan Mathieson, guitarist, vocalist. William Chevalier and Matthew Chevalier, brothers. William is the drummer. And Matt's the bassist.
Brothers.
I didn't know though that Dylan is also their cousin, so it's truly a family
Ah.
band.
That's beautiful. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, there you
Keeping it
go.
family.
Yeah, truly keep it in the family. Shout out to Craterface. This was their 5th studio album released on May 20th, 2016 by Triple Crown Records, who have released stuff also by Oso Oso. Heart Attack Man, shout out to Eric and the lads.
Eric?
And Free Throw. It's produced by Greg Lindholm, who's worked pretty much on a lot of their albums. I'm not sure if he's done all of them, but he did a lot. Also, no idea what the singles were, but they have videos for Headache and Common Cold, so I'm just gonna assume they were singles.
Yeah.
What are like the other really big songs on this album? I don't know. Birdhouse, maybe?
Birdhouse.
Birdhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah. So not sure. That's all I got for the little facts. Let's get into the elements. Is Mum Jane's favorite band Modern Baseball? Like, were they super duper influenced by Modern Baseball and the Front Bottoms?
Yeah, well, you'd think so.
Pretty likely.
Yeah.
Like, when did this come out?
2016, I think.
16?
Yeah.
I think
Just
both,
when Modern Baseball.
Yeah, both are 2016.
yeah, both albums are 2016.
Yeah.
Ooh,
So
nice.
just when Modern Baseball they might have just released their last album and then
Yeah.
called it a day, and then Mum Jeans took straight on from there. I mean, it's definitely a lot less polished, obviously, than what the later Modern Baseball albums were. But that first Mobo album, Sports, is like pretty similar to
Similar,
this. I don't know. Do you guys?
All the front bottom stuff as well, definitely.
Yeah, heaps.
All that
Like,
sort of
it's not-
aesthetic.
Yeah, it's not a
Mm.
carbon copy, but you can
No.
definitely hear their influences.
Yeah,
for
no,
sure.
I think there's definitely comparisons to be made there, but at the same time, it's sort of. I've always felt like Mum Jeans were kind of a fresh take on a familiar sound. Like they put their
Yeah.
own spin on it.
I think I was a big fan when this album came out. This was definitely a gateway for me when I joined our old band Split Feed. This was one of the first emo bands I got into from like the second wave, I guess. But I think I'm less into this now than I used to be. I used to be a mega fan, and I don't know if it's because I've heard a million other emo bands since that have come out of it, but It's still, I still really like it. I really like the aesthetic, but I'm starting to, I'm not as into the vocals anymore. I don't think.
That's
What's your
That's a
take?
fair complaint.
That's fair.
I kind of like how playful the vocals sound though. It's like something about.
Yeah,
the
I like the
singer's
vocal
voice,
melodies.
It's
It's more. Actually, it's not the
Content.
vocals; it's the lyrics.
yeah.
There's a lot of emo cliches in this.
Yeah. Well, that's probably a thing with the genre as a whole. I mean, the lyrics are kind of cringy, but like almost in an endearing kind of way.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah,
like
That's fair.
yeah.
doesn't take
It is
itself
in
too
most of it, but
seriously.
I think it's probably because I've now turned to other things in emo that are less on the nose, I guess, like Oso and Heart Attack Man, and stuff like that.
Yeah, fair.
I think
It is. It is a bit. It's a bit whiny, but
Yeah.
still, it's still. It's
it's still catchy as hell.
It's still
though.
fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's so
yeah.
fun. It's so
Yeah.
raw.
Yeah.
I think they would have had a lot of fun making
The
this
production
when
of
they-
the album's so raw too. Like I love
Yeah.
how that
Oh.
album sounds. Like you can hear like, like guitar leads that aren't like, like perfectly tracked, or like, you can hear
Yeah.
like you listen to it and you can hear like, the drums aren't like quantized, like
Yeah, the
vocals
drums
aren't
sound
tuned, like,
really live.
they've left it really raw, which I think like adds to that whole like
Yeah.
playful.
I definitely like that though.
Yeah, I
in my
think
emo,
I think it
Yeah.
would
I
have
reckon.
the album wouldn't have been as good if it was super polished. I think
Yeah.
it would have lost its
Definitely.
charm.
That's why they have the legions of fans that they have now as well.
Yeah,
They've
true.
exploded a fair bit in like those sort of circles.
absolutely.
Yeah,
you could
definitely.
say that tiny moving parts do benefit also from their polishedness, just in their
I
sound.
know. Yeah,
Mm.
I
yeah, it's a
think-
different spectrum, isn't it?
Yeah,
Definitely.
Or
yeah.
different end of the spectrum.
exactly. Super technical, which
Yeah.
means you need a bit of polish there.
Yeah, a band like Tiny Moving Parts where it's just like fucking crazy, like it's got to be tight, otherwise it's
Yeah.
just it doesn't really hit the spot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it might sound a bit, I don't know, not amateurish, but it needs it, doesn't it? It
Yeah,
really needs
yeah.
that fat
Yeah.
sound.
I love the mixing on that album as well.
Yeah.
It is so fat.
Perfect like balance of like polished but not over the top, where you can just hear it like everything's like sampled and tuned to the
Yeah.
max. Where
Yeah. I was gonna say that because the only other album I've listened to is Swell, really, and I think it's
Yeah.
a nice. It is a tiny bit more raw, this album, than
I
Swell, and I
better
think I
balance.
like it. Yeah.
I honestly think Swell's like pretty trash in comparison.
Yeah,
I agree.
I do
I
not
was-
like the
I was-
lyrics from that.
I was very disappointed.
I remember Joey showed us. He's like, "Yeah, this is sick. This just came out." I was like, "Oh, like the parts are cool. The bits, like, the guts are crazy. Drums are crazy. Three-piece band.
I really-
sounds sick.
I really missed the
lyrics. Not for me.
I kind of get that from this album though a little bit as well. To be honest, like I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know whether I don't know what it is. I loved like this shit when I was a teenager, but I think that's what this genre is made for. Is for like
Even when we like just
early
couple
20s, but
years
like
ago.
I listen to this album, I'm like, this is insane, and then I listen to the lyrics, I'm like, it's a bit too like serious for me.
Yeah,
I think maybe just a little bit.
I don't know if it's a seriousness.
Or just
Over
the top?
sometimes
I don't know.
it is recycled ideas,
yeah,
think.
yeah. I think that's what did
which is
do it for me.
you do get that a bit on both albums.
Yeah, no,
Definitely.
I could say the same thing for Mum Jeans.
That
I-
also, I think that's just our brains are warped because now we've done like Slipknot and stuff.
Yeah.
Slipknot
last
lyrics
week.
were literally just like,
It's just lyrics
I
about
it's
crazy
just like
shit.
I
Kill
hate you.
myself,
I want
fuck
to
you.
fuck you.
yeah, like, this shit rocks. It's so good. What the fuck? How do you come up with that?
Yeah.
I reckon if I heard Mum James when I was listening to Modern Baseball in high school, though, I'd be super into it. But
Oh,
now
God, yeah.
listening to it, like I know, I pretty much knew the whole album, but I wasn't like a massive fan, like when it first came out. Not that I didn't like it, but I never really gave it a chance. But I think if I did, I would have liked it more than what I did this week listening to it.
Do you think that if you listen to Modern Baseball for the first time ever, right now, you think that the lyrics would be
I'd probably think the
kind
same
of
thing.
towards the same?
Yeah,
That's
I
fair.
reckon I would. I have such
Yeah.
a connection with Modern Baseball from like nostalgia and like memories reasons.
and
So
and
I-
the live show that we went to.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That was
So
one of the best shows I've ever been to ever. I was
And
about
it
to say, have any of you guys seen either of these bands live?
I've
No, I
actually
haven't.
I saw both last year. They
Whoa.
both played at the Hammer at different points.
I saw Mum James at the
That's
Hammer. I
fucking-
didn't see Tiny Moving
Fuck
Parts.
bizarre.
How was
Yeah,
Tiny
yeah.
Moving Parts?
Tiny Moving Parts was so good. There were probably only about like 20 people there, I reckon. I felt a bit bad.
Really?
For them. Yeah, like you'd think they're like a huge band, and then there's like come to
Was
Newcastle.
it a weekend or was it like a stinky Tuesday night?
I think it might have been a weeknight, which probably would have been part of it.
Mm.
But they played so tight, and the guitarist Dylan, he like jumps around, he plays the
nuts.
riffs perfectly and sings,
Yeah.
and he has so much charisma. Great frontman.
God, Mum Jeans didn't have that charisma that night.
No, they were like
They were so hungover.
They were
You could
sunburnt,
tell.
sunburnt
They
and
apologised
hungover.
almost
Yeah.
after every song because they were like,
Really?
"We're really sorry. We played Sydney last night. We're really tired."
Yeah.
It's like, okay,
Was it packed?
don't have
show
to
for
tell
them?
us. What'd you say?
Was it like a packed show when they played?
No.
Nah.
At
So
the Hammer
it
as
was.
well?
It was probably like 50 people.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
true.
Yeah, probably.
I
But,
think
um,
they'd get more, hey?
They packed
Yeah.
out that Melbourne venue. Remember when we went last time we played in Melbourne and we went and saw Mark Hopper's DJ set at that Stay Gold venue? I'm pretty sure they
That's
like
not in
sold
my
that
life.
out in Melbourne. That was legit one of the top 5 nights of my life. Mark Hopper's pressing play on a Blink song and just standing there, and I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
I miss you. And then he played like Panic at the Disco songs. I was like, this
It was
is
great,
wasn't
this
it?
is truly the crossover event that I needed in my life. But then what's his band with All Time Low singer? Simple
I
Creatures.
don't know.
Simple
Creatures.
Simple creatures.
Yeah, and he
or
would
simple
play their
pleasures or
songs. And
something?
everyone was like, no,
Oh, stop
play
playing
Blink
that.
songs.
Yeah.
What a
You
great
sounded
time.
pretty washed up now, Mark Hoppers.
That
Go
was
back
an
to the
amazing
hits.
night.
So good. though. What you said about the emo cliches, it's not really just the lyrics either. Vape Nation, the token acoustic closer
Yeah.
to the email.
No, I love the.
Yeah.
I do love the. The names are pretty funny. I think.
Oh,
The name
yeah.
is funny.
Poor
He's
boxer shorts, Girl Scout cookies. Like,
Yeah.
like what?
No, I'm into that. I'm really into like the overall aesthetic of Mum Jeans.
Yeah.
To be honest, I like the sound.
It
Yeah.
suits the like the kind of stoner humor that they have throughout the
Yeah.
Yeah.
sort of
Yeah, I do
songwriting.
like that.
Doesn't take
It's just
itself
more
too
of the-
seriously.
I think what's plagued me. Have you guys ever seen that Vine of that guy making fun of Midwest emo bands?
No.
And he just starts going, he's like, this is what every Midwest emo band sounds like. You were mine and we were fine and I'm dying. And ever since I've seen that and I listen to Mum Jeans, I'm like, oh, fuck. That is exactly every song.
It's so funny.
And
really
it is kind of does get a little bit annoying, but it's still really fun, I think.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
I would say that like Edward 40 Hands and Scott Pilgrim vs. My GP, they're like definitive.
good.
They're definitive songs of this generation of like emo. That's
Oh,
Yeah,
for sure.
Scott Pilgrim
they are
vs. My
massive
GPA is
songs,
And Death Cup as
undeniably
well.
good song. I would
beautiful
say.
songs. Yeah,
Mm.
and I think that's something that Tiny Moving Hearts maybe doesn't possess. Like some definitive songs that can, when you
Yeah.
look back at this in 10, 20 years.
Yeah, I think Tiny Moving
Yeah.
Parts can sometimes move into there's almost a bit too much like crazy technical guitars.
Yeah.
I don't
They
know
do,
if you guys
I
would
reckon.
agree. It's great.
Yeah,
It's
But
for the
sometimes
nerds though. Yeah, it's for the guitar nerds.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
It's for the guitar nerds. Yeah.
yeah. Celebrate in particular, I feel like as you get through the album, it starts to get a bit samey.
Yeah.
But Mum
Yeah.
Jeans is a lot better paced, I think, and they have like
Yeah.
some legit
I would
hooks
agree.
and like some real anthems in there. Like you said,
Yeah.
Scott Pilgrim vs. My GPA is like such a good song,
Yeah.
so anthemic.
The horns.
When the horns come out.
Yeah, oh, the brass, love
So
it.
good.
feel like with Tiny Moving Parts, like at least for me, like the 2 albums before that were a bit more like guitar techie shreddy stuff, and like they just didn't really like click with me as much. Like I feel like they had a couple like cool tracks on it, but like this is the first album where I feel like they like really honed the sound.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
They
It was-
found
it
the
was-
formula.
the combination.
it wasn't
found
just
the
There's some
formula
massive
and
choruses
celebrate.
on it. Like it's
Yeah,
not
there's some
all
really
just-
big choruses
yeah.
for sure.
Not
Mm.
really compared to the Mum Jeans. Wait, what are your thoughts on the songs Sobs Quietly on the Mum Jeans album? It's like the waltzy type of one.
Yeah, it's alright.
I thought
It builds up.
so sus. It didn't
So
fit
sus.
for me at all. I don't know.
Sus.
I fuck with it.
Pretty sus. I thought it was pretty sus. Hope that's
What was
not
sus?
anyone's
There,
ad.
3-4.
I don't know, just that waltz. I was like, what he's doing? Like, what is this? In
No,
the
I
middle
like
of the
that.
album.
I thought that was, putting something cool in there.
Is that the one where it's like, it's about time I warned you, I might cry in front of you?
Yeah.
Am I thinking of the wrong song?
Where's
Never
emo
mind.
lyric of all time?
yeah, literally. Alright, well,
Yeah. No, I reckon that's a good track.
Fair call.
I think that they've got better, I would say they have better choruses than Tiny Moving Parts.
I feel like they can get away with doing something like that because they
Yeah,
they
don't
can.
take themselves as seriously, like with the silly song names and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I'm not,
It is
true.
meant to be stupid.
I'm not
Yeah.
shocked
Yeah.
if they go into like a waltzy 12/8 section.
Yeah. No one's really taking a serious, exposition of human life from this album.
Yeah.
They're not going to be, taken pretty carefree.
As they don't for a lot of bands. I mean, you're a big Blink-182 fan.
Yeah, correct. That's true.
Do you take them that seriously?
Yeah, fucking oath, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love
Wow, yeah.
I love Blink-182 9. Do you just want to get into the segments?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Sure.
8. Let's kick it off with Get Inked. Alrighty, you know what time it is. We're going to make some tattoo designs from these albums about the lyrics. Adam, you're going to go first.
All right. My first one, from Edward 40 Hands. You know at the start how it's the Bob's Burgers little clip?
Mhm.
Like it's the Mum Jean's Revenge Machine thing. Does anyone watch Bob's Burgers in here?
No,
I've seen a
I
couple
don't.
eps.
No one?
No. I've watched
Okay.
About it.
Crickets.
the
Well,
short.
no one's going to understand mine then, so that's pretty funny. But that whole episode, Linda Belcher, the mum, she has a band from high school that they got booed off stage when they're high school, and she reforms them to play at a 10-year anniversary of their school. So I was thinking maybe their band, but they were emos. They would just have flannels and all that sort of stuff on. Maybe playing tellies with some capos
glasses
on
on.
there.
Yeah.
All the fixings. And then I was thinking for Tiny Moving Parts, from Good Enough, there's a lyric that says, "There's blood on my flannel and courage in my flask." That reminded me of a lumberjack because of the flannel. So I was thinking maybe just a big muscly lumberjack hacking into some wood and then drinking out of a flask at the same time.
Nice.
Decent.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's heaps good.
On the leg.
There you go.
I'll go.
That.
Mine from Mum Jeans, also from the intro, Edward 40 Hands. Let's stop fooling around, turn this band into a lean, mean Mum Jeans revenge machine. I just thought this might have already been done, actually. Mum Jeans cosplayed as Scooby Doo in front of the mystery machine, their van that they drive around in.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Hasn't been done? Alright. Probably
Like
has
that.
been. Yeah, so Mum Jeans as the Scooby Doo team.
Oh, yeah.
And then Tiny Moving Parts, just the two songs combined. This is such a cop out. I apologize. Common Cold / and Stay Warm, the 1-2 punch in the album. A little felt tip pen type illustration of someone with a blanket around them, about to sneeze or some shit, and then I don't know, their snot can spell out TMP or something.
A sick person.
Yeah, because
I would
they
love.
have
I'm
a
sure
common
everyone in the world would
cold.
love that
Pretty shit,
tattoo.
Will.
They have a common cold and they're trying to stay warm.
That's a great tattoo.
All right, Brad, you go.
Mine's so shit. Here we go. This one's for the college jocks out there. I'm thinking,
Yeah.
so def cup. I'm thinking the full beer pong lineup with the 6 red cups in the pyramid. I'm thinking the front one could have a skull and crossbones on it. And there might be some toxic lines coming from the cup. But here we go from the from Tiny Moving Parts I think it's from Volumes. So it's a 2-in-1 tattoo. The lyric is, but these drinks make me happy temporarily till morning. So it's the drink that makes him happy is being poured into that deaf cup, and it says on the bottle, but these drinks make me happy. So it's 2 bands in one,
Wow.
and it's
So
a
you
bottle.
didn't have to do 2.
Yeah.
The ultimate
That's-
emo tattoo.
Genius.
So
That's
just for the love
genuinely
of the
good.
boys. Thanks, guys.
Nice. Darcy, do you want to go?
My one from Mum Jeans is pretty shit. It's from the song Movember. The lyric is, what's the lyric? Oh yeah, I'm not getting any younger. My lungs get blacker every day, and it would be like a pair of lungs that like start as red up the top and like fade to black, and then they'd
No, that'd be pretty.
they'd
You
be
could
like-
do it over your lungs as
There'd
well.
be
It's pretty
yeah,
emo.
there'd
Yeah.
be like
Super
smoke.
emo.
There'd
Do
be
it
like
over here.
smoke coming out the top, and it says like Mum Jeans.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
My one for Tiny Moving Parts is the lyric from the song "Good Enough." It's like the one that's like, "Getting stoned in the back of your car." And it would be like a combi van with like a big marijuana sticker on the back. It's something he was filthy looking with like a bunch of like smoke coming out the back window.
Nice.
Doesn't really have
that's
much
beautiful.
to do with the band, but I don't know. There you go.
Truly
Right.
epic.
That's my 2 cents.
Perfect. Damo?
Damo.
Yeah, so my Mum Jeans one, I was thinking of like those kind of cliche pop punky kind of flash tattoos that a lot of people get. And I was thinking you could get like a coffin with a skeleton in it. And then in the song Scott Pilgrim vs. My GPA, the last line of the song, I sleep well alone now.
Yeah.
Just get like that
That's so
on
good.
like the outline of the coffin.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
That's
And-
something that people would actually get.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
feel
good.
like someone would
I like
actually
most
get
of
that
their
one.
tats.
And my Mum Jeans one, I have like a short story related to it. This one time I was getting the train to Sydney. I was wearing a Tiny Moving Parts shirt, and you know how sometimes when you're on the train, there'll be some random person that's under the influence of something, and they start talking to you, and you don't really want them to.
Sometimes. Every
Yeah.
time.
Pretty much.
Unfortunately, yes.
Every time on public transport.
It was one of those situations, and they just started kind of talking at me. And then eventually they kind of pointed at my shirt, and they're like, Tiny Moving Parts. You have a small dick. I was like, I never really thought of it like that. So I thought my Tiny Moving Parts tattoo would be
A small dick.
just the band name, Tiny Moving Parts, right across, just above the belt line.
Oh yeah.
So good.
That's
Decent.
heaps good.
That was really good.
That's true.
Yeah. That was great,
You
actually.
guys are way smarter than us.
Yeah. Damn. Let's do the ad. Alrighty. Top songs, one from each album. We're going to go the other way. Damo, you're going to start. What's your favourite song from each album?
Favorite song from the Mum Jeans album would definitely be Scott Pilgrim vs. My GPA.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like so anthemic, just builds
Yeah.
constantly, and the brass is sick. The gang
Yeah.
vocals as well, love it.
Do love gang
And-
vocals.
Tiny Moving Parts would be Birdhouse for me. I just think it's such like essential listening for the genre. The riff is super recognizable, has a lot of staying power.
Sick.
Nice.
Darcy, what are yours?
Yeah, my favourite song from the Tiny Moving Parts album is also Birdhouse. Pretty much for the same reasons. And the riff is just sick. It's one of my favourite emo mathy riffs of all time.
Yeah.
So that's that one. Pretty much the same reason. And favourite song from Mum Jeans is Girl Scout Cookies. Because I just reckon
Great
it's
track.
like, it's probably the most like, one of the most like poppy songs on the album. And I just reckon like, that guitar
Yeah.
hook is just so good. Like, so simple, but like, well put together. Like,
Yeah.
simple and effective, I think that song is.
Sick. Brad?
For Tiny Moving Parts, I'm gonna go Volumes. I think that the chorus hook is so good, and you can just hear that tambourine come slapping out, heaps loud, heaps fun. Like it's such a jump up and down moment. I'm sure if they ever saw him live. I'm gonna go, as cliche it is, Edward 40 Hands. I still think it's like one of their best songs. That song always finds its way into my Spotify listening, like after something's played. It is
Yeah,
always one of the
same.
first songs that comes up, and I used to go through ways of liking it, and then I'll just be like, oh my god, it's on again. But I think I like it again after listening
Yeah.
this week. So yeah, it's a classic.
Epic. I'm going to go Poor Boxer Shorts for Mum Jeans. I love that intro with like the drums and then it
Mhm.
kicks in. Kind of sounds like a bit different, everything on the record. I really liked it.
Mm.
And then I'm going Minnesota I kind of said like before the lyrics are pretty like over the top, but sonically this song fucking rules. It's so good. Chorus slaps also. What are yours, Adam?
I'll go with Death Cup for Best Buds. Just think it's that's another track that always comes on after things. It's very recognisable, and pretty essential listening, I would say, for Mum Jeans. And then for Timing Moving Parts, I'll probably go Common Cold, actually. Or Breathe Deep. Those two are my favourites. They're both just like very heavy and very makes you feel cold, which is what you want with Midwest emo.
It's cold in Minnesota. That's for sure.
Cold in Minnesota.
Must be frosty there because they mention it a lot.
Yeah.
Frosty in Benson, Minnesota, United States of America. All right, sick. That you can find that playlist. The Record Royale ads on Spotify. That's how many songs are in there. We got 300, soon to be 324 song playlist if that's what you're chasing.
How many followers? 3.
9.
Oh, 9. That's all right.
I wonder if 2 of them are you, so probably like 7. Go check it out. No one does. I probably wouldn't personally. Don't think I've ever had a search of that playlist.
It's a lot of songs.
You can see what we're jamming.
A lot of anxiety.
Speaking of jamming, we're going to jam out to these bands. Let's do band name generator. How was that for a segue? All right. We're going to be picking some song names and making bands for these. Brad, you're going to go first this week. You missed out last week, so...
Okay, so I made this about 15 minutes before we came on. It's called... It's called Edward 40 Hands.
Oh, no.
Oh. So I'm sure we all know, well, like, Edward 40 Hands is that drinking game inspired by the film Edward Scissorhands. It's like when you put some 40-ounce beers, which is like I think it's like what we have longies.
Yeah.
And you strap them to your hands and you can't take them off till you finish them off. So I was thinking that same approach, but applying it to a band. So all the members have to strap themselves into their respective instruments. So the drummer's fine because he just straps himself into his sticks. The guts and bass, like their left hand is like if you're right-handed guitarists, they can only play the notes that like where their hand is strapped onto. Same with the bass and the singers. Yeah,
to deal with.
And the singer's fine because he just straps himself into the mic. Yeah, they played. I'm guessing they would play about 4 or 5 shows. No one thinks it's too impressive or funny. And yeah, so they put out one single, play 4 or 5 shows, and then they disband because they realised how average that idea is.
Are you sure this band isn't AC/DC?
I was going to say.
Don't have to move their hands up and down the fret?
You're right. Yeah, may as well. It would be something similar that would come out as that.
All right, nice.
So,
I'm going to go
audience.
because I'm continuing on from Brad's Scout band a couple of weeks back. So mine is called Girl Scout Cookies.
Sure.
Girl Scout Cookies are the enemy of Scouts Australia. They are a band of 4 former Scout girls who were exiled from the group after a rafting trip went sideways in 2016. But since then have been dedicated to making the most vile, intense, disgusting, and putrid black metal possible. Their debut single, "You F***ing I'll F***ing murder the shit out of you, you F***ing was released at a National Scouts Australia meeting when the girls hacked.
Well,
when the girls hacked
in there, Will.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's the point. When the girls hacked the computers of the group, and then a week later followed up with their new single, "You think you can run a mile in my shoes? You old. Do you want to get these hands? You quit," which charted in Finland.
Decent. I see it now.
That's
Beautiful.
good.
That's so good.
What's yours, Adam?
Mine is fucking shit this week. I also thought of mine 5 minutes before, and I thought that Brad was going to have the same idea as me, but it was very far from it. Mine's also called Edward 40 Hands. They're a marching band of 20 people, so there's 40 hands. They don't represent any sporting team or school though, So there's not very many gig opportunities. They mainly play at shopping centres during Christmas time. That's all I've got.
Is the conductor Edward?
Yeah.
Amazing.
And if one member loses their hand, they're done for. That's the end of the band. There you go.
No paper cuts, I hope.
No paper
Nice.
cuts.
Darcy, what's your band?
My band is from the Mum Jeans song Death Cop, and they're a punk. They're a punk band from Bathurst. And the biggest show was an EP launch show at the V8 Supercars after party on a weekend tour where they also visited Goulburn and Orange. And the band shortly came to an end after celebrating the success of their tour while recreating the V8 Supercars race on the track in a tragic accident. So
They're my mates.
yeah.
My home.
No, they just
From your
visited
area.
Orange. I
Yeah.
promise you didn't know them.
So they're deceased now.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. So many of our bands on this segment have ended up dying.
They usually die,
Yeah. Plot twist, they're dead. Damo, bring it home. What do you got for us?
I've got my band name would be Headache from Tiny Moving Parts.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be a harsh noise artist.
That gives you a headache.
Biggest song would be Untitled, as all good harsh noise songs are.
Yeah.
And our
A
biggest,
lot of white noise.
they'd play exclusively house shows. Basically, no gig opportunities in that genre. They'd cap out at about 10 people.
That
Mad.
sounds good. I want to see them.
I'd catch him.
BYO Panadol to all
You
shows.
should get them on at the house show
Yeah.
Blue Rave.
for afters.
Brilliant bands all around today,
Yeah.
That was really good.
honestly.
Like everyone.
Last segment, we got one more segment for you. Two truths and a lie. Bradley,
It is me.
Truth Master.
what are you going to do
So-
for us?
I've kept it simple this week. I've got 3 facts here. One of them's a lie. Figure it out.
All right.
Are we ready?
Will
Yep.
do.
Yeah.
Play one.
All right. Number 1. All members of Tiny Moving Parts are keen golfers. Number 2. Mum Jeans members live all across Cali, and the furthest commute between members is almost 5 hours. Number 3. Tiny Moving Parts said while their Australian tour was great, their greatest achievement was being able to play in New Zealand. Discuss.
I
Can
think
anyone debunk it?
I'm gonna say the second one is a lie.
I didn't hear the first one.
I
You
think
froze. on
they
my
they
computer.
play Tiny Moving Parts they all like golf and play golf regularly.
okay.
I think that one's true because the latest
Yeah.
music video for Life Jacket, they're like on a golf course.
Should've done some
That's
research.
exactly why it would be a lie, I reckon.
Yeah.
Oh,
Brad would look that up, and then he would go,
I do like golf.
Oh.
okay.
I do like my golf.
I reckon that's true.
A little bit more context on the third one. They're big Lord of the Rings fans, so they wanted to see New Zealand.
I believe that.
Did they
So-
play New Zealand? Can we even confirm that? I mean, they got 20 people in Newey. How many people would they get in freaking...
yeah, but they'd get more in
Dunedin.
like big.
I know,
Oh,
Auckland.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What's the population of like Auckland and stuff? Those big cities.
I'm going to say
Christchurch, no clue.
1 million. I mean, New Zealand population's only like 5 million. Probably like 2 million in Auckland. 1.6 million in Auckland.
So
There
they
you
get
go.
a bit more than Newey, probably.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Righto. Decide.
Number 2,
Yeah, number 2, I reckon.
Yeah,
they
I'll go
live
with number
that
2.
far away. I don't know. They seem like best
Actually-
mates.
No, I'm going to go with the golf one. I'm just going to follow my instinct there. It's golf. That's
Cool.
the
Adam's
lie.
going golf.
I'm going golf.
Anyone following him with the golf?
Yeah, after what you said about how he plays this game, I want to go the golf one as well.
Yeah. Cool.
I'll go number 3. I'll go the New Zealand one then. Just fuck
Yeah.
it. And Darcy's going 2. Darcy?
Yeah, I'm 2.
All right. We're all on different ends.
We'll
Let's
kick
see.
it off. All of the Tiny Moving Parts members do, in fact, like golf.
Bugger.
They
Sorry.
apparently have some pretty. Even though it does snow there not a lot during the summer, they apparently have lots of nice golf courses out there. So
There you go.
they actually are heaps into it. They're heaps into all sports. They're a big sporting sort of band. Number 2. It's true as well. One of the, I think Eric lives near San Francisco, and 2 of the other members live outside of LA. So
I'm
they
right.
do. Yeah, the third one's a lie. They never played in New Zealand.
Yeah, I
You
had
fools.
a feeling. I had a gut feeling on that one.
Damn.
Yeah,
Wow.
they never played.
Wow. Go me.
Got
Nice
you
work,
all.
Brad.
Pretty good
besides
lie,
Sammy.
Brad.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
I just saw that they played in Australia, and I was like,
You
did
real-
they play in New Zealand? And I saw they didn't, so I was like, that'll be my lie.
You
You
really
also
sold
added
it
the
with the
extra info.
yeah,
Yeah.
the extra context.
Yeah, a little Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings
That'll
fan.
get you.
Yeah, no, didn't get me, mate.
Everyone loves Lord of the Rings.
Haven't seen them, unfortunately.
What?
I'll probably get around to doing
What's
that.
up with that?
Yeah.
Will?
Yeah, sorry.
Will, the man that loves any
I'm
sort
not
of
really like a
franchise
huge movie
movie.
guy. I don't know.
You love
What?
franchises.
Yeah, well, name one.
Star Wars, Marvel,
Oh, yeah.
Austin
yeah.
Powers.
Austin Powers. Yeah, that's
a franchise.
That's a franchise. That's a trilogy. The greatest trilogy of
Yeah.
all time.
I would agree.
Yep, simple as that. All right, let's rate these albums out of 10. Out of 10 what, though? Who's got
10 best buds.
what? Okay, yep. For
10
Mum Jeans.
You
and
got
then
out of your top 10 best buds, and
10 noodly guitars.
10 noodly guitars for
10
Time
noodle
Moving
guitars.
Parts.
Sure.
All right. Damo, you're going to go first. We're going to go around the table. We'll do Mum Jeans first, then we'll come back to Time Moving Parts. So Mum Jeans, out of 10 best buds. Damo, what are you giving it?
I'll give it a 9. What are we saying?
Woohoo.
9
Yeah.
best buds.
Wow.
Decent.
Very decent. Darcy?
I'm gonna give it a. I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10
Ooh.
No, you
best
can't,
buds.
mate.
Unfortunately,
No,
No, I'll give it
Yeah,
an 8.
wait,
I'll give it an 8.
we don't
8.
mess around with decimals. 8. Fat 8. Adam?
I'm going to give Best Buds a 7, I think. If we did this a couple of years ago, I think I would have been higher, but I don't know. This listen through, I just wasn't as into the lyrics as I once was. So, yeah, I'll give it a 7.
Easy as. Bradley?
I'm gonna give it an 8. I had a great time this week listening to Mum Jeans. I think that just it was one or the other, either Modern Baseball or Mum Jeans. I kind of just went towards Modern Baseball instead. I think with both of these albums, I just have other artists that I tended to go towards as in my youth. So it's kind of a bit rough, but I really enjoyed this album this week, and it was fun. It's good sing along. Played in the car. It's a great car album
It is a great
with the boys,
Mm.
a few beers.
Played it
Watch
in
the
the car
footy.
so much.
Why
Played it
not?
in the car more than anywhere else.
Yeah. 8 best buds.
Cool.
This.
I'm going to go 7. 7 buds of mine. Yeah, some songs that I really liked. Pretty much all the ones that we've mentioned, but there's just other parts on there. I was like, this isn't for me. Where I'm at right now in my adult life, you could call it. Probably not going to return to these songs anytime soon. But still, overall, heaps fun. So, 7 buds. Best buds. All right, let's do Time Moving Parts out of 10 noodly guitars. Damo, what are you giving it?
I reckon I'll give Tiny Moving Parts a 7. For me, I feel like coming back to it, it hasn't aged as well for me. The back half of the album in particular gets very samey, I reckon. There's just not as much variation in the songwriting. Still a great album, though, and I guess a lot of nostalgia attached to it. But yeah, 7.
Fair call. Darcy?
I'm gonna give it an 8. I was gonna give it a 9, but like just some of the lyrics just make it go one tier down for me. But I do think the album is like it flows really well, and all the songs are really, really good. It's like for me, it's like pretty much the perfect blend of like pop punk and like mathy, emo-y stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But if the lyrics were better, I would have given it more.
Yeah. I reckon it probably is like the perfect blend between those two genres. I mean,
Yeah.
off the top of my head, can't really think of heaps of other bands that do it, but they do it really well.
Mm.
Adam?
I'm going to go on 8 as well for this one. I thought I would like Mum Jeans more, but I was more into this week. I did appreciate, even though I love the DIY feel of Mum Jeans, I did appreciate like the higher production a little bit, in contrast, I guess. And I don't know, I kind of, it is a bit samey, but after a lot of listens, I kind of started to attach a bit more to each song, and I love the guitars on it, basically. There you go.
Bradley?
I think, I'll go 7 noodly guitars. I just think, start to back, it's not. It was a kind of bit of a struggle. There are massive highlights in there. There's big moments, but for how long this album goes for, it's not too long. But still, I was finding myself like kind of, all right, wrap it up, boys. But great time. It's for the guitar heads out there.
Yeah,
it's brilliantly, like the skill is insane, and same with the drums. And the vocals. Why not? It's great. It's just not. I think it's not really catered towards my listening.
Yeah,
and what I love. So we'll go 7.
I'm a bit of a dog. I'm going 6. Didn't really get into this like one iota this week, to be honest. I just could not get into the lyrics and the really the cliche of like the genre of like whiny like male vocals, and I don't know. He's not his vocals as much, but like the lyrics, and I don't know. The guitars are awesome. As a guitarist myself, I was like, yeah, this is pretty cool, but probably would have been cooler when I was like 17, 18. But now, I don't know. Didn't really do it for me, unfortunately. Sorry to Tiny Moving Parts. Sorry to
work.
Yeah, way too woke. I just listen to Olivia Rodrigo now.
Timberlake.
Yeah, Justin Timberlake.
No whinging in Justin Timberlake music. It is only sex.
Just sex.
There's only sex and the ladies.
Horniest.
And dancing. And dancing as well.
Horniest artist of the past 50 years. Justin Timberlake.
I just want to add, me and Adam did karaoke on the weekend, and there was a lot of JT going around.
Yeah? Senorita?
Yeah. Yes.
No, we didn't.
No, it didn't have Senorita.
Rock Your Body.
Rock Your Body. Like I Love You came out as well.
And we also did that track by Earth, Wind and Fire, the slow one.
After Love Is Gone.
After Love Is Gone. And
Big
it was very bad.
5-minute belter.
There's 17 key changes in it, and we couldn't keep going higher. Anyway, that was a little detour.
That's a scene. Nah, it's all good because we've wrapped this one up. Mum Jean's Best Buds gets the win. 39 out of 50 over Tiny Moving Parts. 36 out of 50.
Ooh.
Pretty close. Pretty close. My little measly 6 really down that one for the Minnesota lads. But unfortunately, they did not get the win. Mum Jeans do. That's a wrap.
Damn.
That's a wrap for episode 58. I don't know. I was really looking forward to like listening to these albums. Well, Time in Parts anyway. Mum Jeans is pretty cool. Just didn't do it for me as much as what I thought it was going to.
Who did you guys think was going to win? Damo and Darcy.
I think Mum Jeans. I just think it's a bit more of an accessible album.
Yeah.
I kind of thought everyone else would like Tiny Moving Parts more because it's like more polished. And even though it's not as accessible, it's kind of held in high regard for like guitar virtuosity and whatnot.
Guitar guys.
Yeah.
Lovers of guitar.
Yeah.
Cool.
Guitar centers all out there. Well, regardless, thanks heaps for coming on the little potty.
Yeah, thanks.
Really
fellas.
appreciate it. It's been a fun one.
Thanks for having us on,
Everyone
boys.
get to a Lamphead show ASAP.
Hell yeah.
I need to get myself to
July
Lamphead. I need to
10th.
get myself to Newcastle in general.
They freaking rock.
They do rock.
Oh, thanks, boys. Thanks for
I'm
having
so
us.
upset I can't go to the last one with Jacob. God, that'll be a fun
that's
night.
absurd.
Gonna send you heaps of beer to make you jealous.
That's all right. I'll get free piss at my sister's wedding. Should be
Yeah.
sweet. Should be sweet as. Next week on the show, another pop punk rock week, but pretty much two of the biggest albums in the genre ever. Aston and Daniel from Adelaide band Towns is coming on. It's going to be sick to have them two on.
Huge.
Yeah, very keen. We're doing Blink-182's self-titled against Green Day American Idiot. Fuck me.
We did this.
Yeah.
Should we talk about it next pod?
We'll talk about it next week, but yeah, we've kind of done this in a way.
We've done this already.
never saw the light, so it should be pretty fun to revisit these like a year and a half later.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's gonna be interesting. Also, these
We'll
albums are
test
like
it.
absolute classics. Or
Yeah.
American Idiot is anyway. So it should be pretty fun. Let's wrap this one up. Go check out Lamphead. Their newish self-titled EP came out. When did it come out? This year?
April 2nd.
Yeah.
April? May? Sometime this year.
Hasn't
Go
been
check
so
it out.
long.
Follow
It's
them on the
so good.
socials. It's fucking heaps good. Follow us at Record Royale. We got totes. Go check it. Go give us a message, and you can get your hands on a little tote bag. You know you're going to want to do that. The design is Fuego. Shout out to Avali and
Yeah.
our boy Chris for printing them. All right, let's wrap this one up. Let's send this one home. Farewell, everyone.
See you, boys.
Catches.
Thanks, guys.
Farewell.
Wait.